Hello guys, so today I'm gonna be demonstrating about RCT-Reviewer. So let's start with the RCT-Reviewer Streamlit app. Let me reload this. Now note sometimes when you reload the website on a new page which has never used RCT-Reviewer, first what will happen is it will download the models. So it's a one-time process and it takes around 30 seconds. So yeah, you can just see hardly 10 seconds, 20 seconds. It's a one-time process. Okay, so I have downloaded an RCT from online. Let me just use a random RCT. And I would like to clarify that RCT Reviewer is based on the models used by RobotReviewer, except the whole pipeline has been modelized. And let's just analyze the document. Great. So, RCT classification, is the uploaded file an RCT? Yes, this is the score. This is the probability of the judgment being right, 89.1%. And this is the model used. So, risk of bias assessment analysis is only precise for RCTs, yes. So, blinding of participants and personnel, it is high and clear. So, these are judgments for these domains, risk of bias domains. Now, risk of bias evidence. These are all the evidence sentences which have contributed for the ultimate decision of high unclear for this blinding of participants and personal domain of risk bias. Right. So, RCT reviewer will help researchers with risk of bias such that it will act as a third party decider, or rather as a third party person, a third party tool to for researchers to make a final decision about the risk of bias in RCTs, and particularly for evidence synthesis. So it also extracts PICO, population intervention outcome, okay, not comparison. Okay. Now the best part about this is the highlighted PDFs. Now generating bias PDF, these are highlighted ones. These are normal extracted evidence sentences ones, and these are JSON and CSV files. Again, extracted sentences. So generating a highlighted PDF takes time, anywhere to 1 to 2 minutes, depending on the internet connection as well. So please be patient. And I have a highlighted bias PDF saved for this exact same PDF, which I wanted to show you guys to avoid wasting any time. So this is the sample, right? So this is the PDF, this is the index, and so basically these are the risk of bias domains. Like blinding of participants is B, S is selective reporting, R is random sequence generation, and so on. So you are supposed to do is use this with the extracted PDF, extracted evidence synthesis PDF, and you can, for best accuracy, compare the two. So like for example, this one highlighted um, text, this first one belongs to B, blinding of participants, belongs to O, blinding of outcome assessment, I for inclement outcome data, and S, which is basically selective reporting. So that's how the highlighting part for the risk of bias for RCT review works, right? So this is the risk of bias done. I'll also add this exact same PDF as a sample file for those who want a sample. Okay, so this is the PDF for Pico. Let me download the PDF for Pico. Right, so my internet connection is a bit slow, and let's see this. Right, so this is population intervention and outcomes. The colors are a bit different so that the boxes can be seen, or superscript boxes. Yeah. So, like for example, the first one is basically population, right? Because the patients are aged more than 6 months, and other type 2, okay. And then there's intervention as well, depilumab. And then there's outcomes as well, depilumab's safety profile for up to 5 years. So, whereas this is just methods, more than 7,000 patient years of WMAP use. So, this is again one sample of Pico, which I will keep as a sample file in the main web, right? So, let's generate a bias evidence PDF. So, these are the evidence sentences like these, but just in a PDF format. Yeah. So external risk of bias evidence sentences. These, for example, for random sequence generation, the achievement was high and clear. These are the sentences which the ML extracted, and these are the sentences which contribute for this domain to be a high risk of bias or unclear risk of bias. Okay, there's the same thing for the Pico evidence PDF. All right. Yeah, so this is for Pico, population, intervention, and so on. And then we have export JSON. You can export it as JSON, and you can even export it as CSV. So this is a CSV. It's kind of opening in VS Code for me, but yeah. And then we have the JSON, which will again open in VS Code for my case, because since I don't have the software to open it yet. Um, but yeah, these are the citations, and that is it. It's nothing too complex. It's nothing too uh, complicated for those who are interested in running RCT-Reviewer online, rather offline. um, they are free to follow the instructions given in the readme of GitHub repository of RCT-Reviewer. So installation and usage. So firstly, it uses three Python files. Now, I just want to say that app.py and app1.py, these are not the main RCT-Reviewer files, or rather, those are a demo, or rather, a prototype which highlights a different way of recalling RobotReviewer's ML files. So the main one is app2.y. So whoever wants to run this, you can run it offline via Streamlit Run. These are the instructions, and yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. I won't be editing this video at all, so as it is the video, I think it's around 8 minutes right now. I'll be uploading it directly as it is, no edits, no nothing, so I'm really sorry for that. And other than that, thank you for watching.